So. Yeah.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
The password. Gannicus.
Should be the number 1, bud.
Oh, just the number 1 again? Okay. Oh, shit. Alright. Never mind.
I'm having a quick bite. I'll be in a minute or two. Just drop me an invite. Or not. I'll still probably find my way in.
Also, can everyone hear me all right? I noticed that during the last stream, my voice was super loud.
No, you're super quiet for me.
Oh, quiet?
Yeah.
Let me try and change that. I might have turned it down a little bit too much. Damn it. Let's see. How about now?
Still really quiet.
Damn it. No?
That's better.
That's better?
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was watching bits and pieces of the last stream, and I was just like, wow, I'm really fucking loud for some reason.
Yeah, that's why I just change the personal volume on people, because, sometimes you talk loud, sometimes you don't, whatever.
Yeah.
Usually when you're doing your in-character voice, it's pretty loud in comparison to your conversational voice. Anyway, that can be edited. Who cares? Just takes work.
Yeah. How's everyone's week, though? Good?
Not bad. Back in school.
There you go. What are you going to school for?
Botany.
Oh, shit.
Interesting choice. I like it.
Should be fun.
That's
Back in
awesome. I work as a professional gardener in my spare time.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
used to
used
be
to
a
be.
landscaper.
Oh, cool. I used to be an arborist. Back in school to get a degree in something close to that.
There you go. No,
About 10 years older than everybody else there, so it's been interesting to navigate.
that's why I am not going back to school.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
That's why I'm actually fucking. I'm so. I mean, I did like landscaping when I was younger, and then I got into the military for 8 years in the Marine Corps.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I would lose my fucking shit if I went.
Yeah, it's not a great adjustment doing that.
I was having a bad enough time when I joined, and I joined late.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah. So I was dealing with like a bunch of 16 and 17-year-olds.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
I was like 25, and I was like, losing my shit.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, well, the problem is, so I was actually going to switch over to the army, and I didn't have to deal with what was it going through their boot camp,
Mhm.
because that's just how it works. And yeah, I was like, oh, thank God. But then like, oh, but you'll have to deal with them at MLS school. Fuck.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I used to lose my shit on all my junior Marines.
All right. Dan, you back at your computer yet there?
I'll be there in a minute or two. We can start. I'm ready.
All right. Well, having successfully recovered Yorn's amulet and making it past the Sharn City Watch, an enraged Minotaur, and escaping the Inspector and Jalen de Kundarak unscathed, the party retreats to the safety of the Lonely Inn in the Upper Tavix Landing. As you re-enter the bar, an interesting scene unfolds before you. Sitting at his usual table, tucked away behind the bar in the corner, is Yorn, but he's barely visible past the 4 guards that stand gathered around him. What's your guys' passive perceptions? You could just call them out one by one.
Perception?
Mine's 12.
9. No, 10. Sorry. Whatever. Still low.
I'll pull mine up. I don't know.
Larry, you
Oh.
you make out the look on Yorn's face, and it's one of a seasoned gambler, cool and measured. But under the table, his leg bounces anxiously.
And these are just city guards, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You hear from across the room, "You'll have to come with us to the nearest checkpoint. Baron de Galanda, I apologize. Commander Talon has requested an audience with you." And Yorn says back to him,
Larry, I'm sorry.
"By all means, please invite the commander to meet me here, and I will kindly grant her request," Yorn says diplomatically. And you hear the head guard respond back, No, the commander has asked that we bring you to her promptly, as the matters she seeks to discuss with you are of great importance." Yorn responds, "Fortunately, I cannot, as I have prior commitments that would not allow me to do so. However, as I suggested before," and the head guard interrupts him, "the commander did tell me if you were to refuse this request, that I would be ordered to treat you as a delinquent to the ordinance of the Sharn City Watch, and for that reason to take you under custody," all the while moving carefully towards Yorin, the 3 guards following his cue.
Larry is gonna see this and sort of signal to everybody to like follow his lead and look tough. And he's gonna kind of like sort of businessman frustrated, like push through the guards and say, yeah, excuse me, gents. Sorry, I got an appointment here. Yorin, I'm here with those plans from the inspector. Are we you ready for our appointment to review these? I'm on a real tight deadline here.
Well,
And
yes,
he
yes. Thank you. This is my business, as I spoke before. I have urgent business, and it has just arrived.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to need you to clear this table off. And he sort of like clumsily picks up the mugs and plates on the table and hands it to one of the guards. Sorry, we need some room. We got some stuff to go over. And he starts pulling out some like papers and just sort of making it look like they've got a bunch of work to work on. And then sort of, casually looks over to all of the guards. It's like, and says to them, do you need something?
Roll a persuasion check.
As I say that, I casually set the writ with the stamp of the commander on it on the table. Will that give me advantage on persuasion?
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. I got a 15 without advantage. Yeah, we're gonna go with a 15.
All right. The guards,
Actually, I'm sorry. That's a 16 with my bonus.
seemingly like disjarred by your comments and trying to figure out what's going on, they kind of all take a step back, retreating a little bit to their original positions from advancing on Yorin, and they begin to observe what's going on. So for the meanwhile, you have them convinced.
He kind of starts to talk and then stops and turns to the guards and says, "I'm sorry. Do you guys have an appointment? Because I'm more than happy to respect y'all's time, but this is some relatively confidential matters regarding the infrastructure issues y'all have been having down in the lower levels. So if you could excuse us, we'll be finished shortly."
The commander will hear of this, Yorin. And he nods to
as you can see, and he sort of like bats one of them with the commander's seal on his paper. Yeah, as you can see, the commander already knows about this. Now beat it.
He nods to his three fellow guardsmen, and they follow him outside the side entrance. Passing by the adventurers, each of you as they walk out, giving you mean looks and grudging looks as they pass by.
Perfect. Larry Ender goes to the bar and just gets a beer now. Gentlemen, your Duke.
Yeah, Arlen grabs a beer as well.
And Orion serves them up very quickly, the brims of them just frothing with foam. And as you see that the bar is relatively emptied at this point, and free of guards, you're free to speak with Yorin clearly.
Do we see that Warforged?
The Warforged is nowhere in sight.
Sick. All right. Well, I'm gonna pull out the necklace, talisman, and kind of like shoot it over to him on the table.
And you hear Yorin say, "As if they could have done anything anyway. This is an enclave of the House de Galanda, free from rule of law of governance of the regions in which they are established, per the Treaty of Thronehold." He says this very proudly and astutely.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm putting that as a surcharge on your final invoice, just so you know.
And suddenly,
Yes, they didn't seem too concerned with your vaunted sovereignty.
you see as the last guard makes his way out of the door that Yorin's cool demeanor transforms into a mild panic. And he says to you, rubbing his hands, "It's worse than I thought. I must leave this city of towers at once and warn those still loyal to the King of Shan outside his inner circle."
All right. Well, Keith is gonna say, "Well, do you need my help or our help? I don't know."
"In fact, I do, Teeth. In fact, I do. I will need one last assistance from you, one last job, and I will double your pay to 1,000 gold pieces per party member, if you can pull it off, that is." And he
Is it
waits.
stabbing?
Well, have you paid yet?
Well, that's the thing. I can pay you, but I'll need to pay you when we arrive in New Sire. To assure, well, my own personal safety.
Generally, for your own personal safety, it is best to pay your bodyguards ahead of time. Just so you know.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose you're right. He
How
pulls
about
out
now and half later?
he pulls out a rather large satchel from his side pocket, and you see that he begins to kind of like shroud how much coin is actually withheld inside. But he's able to fit his whole arm inside of it, at least up to the elbow. And he pulls out a handful of coins for each of you and gives you the promised sum of 500 gold pieces each.
I know I asked for a cat.
You just hear in the background,
Oh, all right,
it's,
we're good.
it's wandering around somewhere, yeah?
All right, well, I'm gonna start looking for the cat.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation check for the cat search. And while that's happening, I will say, see here.
Oh, okay. 14.
All right, you're able to find the cat relatively simply behind the bar, hiding near one of the tankards, and
Okay.
it sits calmly and coolly as you approach it.
All right, I'm gonna like grab it like I'm gonna pet it.
Okay.
Can I cast minor illusion on it to make it look like a let's see, what would be disgusting to a kobold? I don't know, make it look like a dog.
Okay, you're gonna make it look like a dog.
Okay, man.
All right, so you make it look like a dog. Are you doing this, prior to him approaching it, or as he's approaching it, or?
And once he picks it up, it just kind of changes in his hand.
Okay. So you see this cat just turn into a dog in your bare hands, Steve.
A big.
I'm still gonna eat it in one whole bite.
And before its tail can even change fully to a dog's tail, it's down your throat.
I start like choking it down. That's all I wanted.
Well, the job then, Yoren says from behind you. I need you to smuggle me out of the city and escort me to New Sire, a refugee encampment on the eastern borders of Breland, comprised of the remnants of those loyal to the heir to the shattered throne of the ruined nation of Sire, Prince Orgev, son of Denel Irwinarn, Queen of Sire. And at the time of its downfall, she's believed to be lost on that the day of mourning.
So, I guess, how do you propose that we smuggle you out of the city?
Well, if it were me, personally, I would suggest the lightning rail. However, you are the experts.
A lightning rail does move in the correct direction. That would be the most convenient route.
There's a
Well,
platform.
Perhaps not the easiest to conceal you from others.
There's a platform heading eastbound, in the direction we need to go. And I happen to know a certain path to this platform that we will be, let's say, unencumbered by the city watch.
Yeah, maybe you should tell us why they want you so bad while we're at it. Just so we're working
I think that's
on
only fair.
complete information here.
Well, personally, I believe I'm not wanted for any reason. As you see, they did just want a discussion with me.
I do an insight check.
Absolutely.
Okay. We didn't even roll. Oh, okay, that's fine. 18.
Can I persuade him to divulge a little more information? Tell him, we're friends now. We've entered a contract, and you should be truthful truthful with us.
Yes. Go ahead and roll persuasion for that. And
Can you just message me?
yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say I'll send you a message.
Yes.
And with your 15, you're able to persuade him to tell you a little bit more. I suppose you're right. If we are to be allies, it is important that you know the gravity of the situation. I fear I owe you an apology. I used you as patsies. Down there in the vaults, it was you who were meant to be the distraction from my true means. I heard rumors of doings in the vaults, dark and evil things. Possibilities of an old evil rising. Something that I simply cannot not allow.
You mean like the mummy that I found?
Mummy.
And Yoren looks at you
Yeah, I told you guys.
with an equal measure of curiosity, like, mummy.
Yeah, no, there was definitely like a mummy chest. It had some bad shit in it. I kind of left it alone.
Oh yeah.
There
yeah,
were
yeah.
definitely signs of such arcana and seemingly dangerous materials down there. Yes, we can confirm that.
Yeah, right. Calm down, wizard boy.
We can talk of this when we're at a safe distance from this place, but I want to hear more of this mummy. I do not think it is related to what I am about to say.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's just an average run-of-the-mill mummy chest, then, knock yourself out. Carry on your storytelling.
Before listening, of course.
While you were in the eastern vaults, in the western vaults, I had an agent of mine investigating a pattern of vanishing several young men and women from Lower Sean and the Cogs. My suspicions and duties to the less fortunate led me to seek out an answer. What my agent discovered was the rising of an old evil, as I said. The Dark Six. Deep in the vaults, ancient rituals being performed in the name of the mockery, Dula Zurok, commander of the demon legions. I've deduced from
And
the
he's like the bad guy
similarities
or something, right?
Yeah.
one of the worst. And I've deduced from the similarities between these two events. Well, I can't say for certain yet. And he looks down,
Well, this sounds very ominous.
unwilling to continue.
But yeah. Now that you've completed your spiel, I can't say we can confirm any of what you're saying, but there was definitely signs of materials being very specific materials being hoarded for specific uses. Certainly.
I'm just saying, 500 gold is 500 gold. Because you are doubling, right?
Absolutely.
Hold my arms up and be like, I rest my case.
As usual, you make a lot of sense, my friend.
Thank you.
So, help me understand this big picture then. You want us to help you get out of the city. And also, there's some dark evil something or other in the basement trying to well up. And that's unrelated, or are you going to expect us to do something about that, or level with us here?
My instinct
It
tells
does seem a bit
me.
out of our ballpark, if you know what I mean.
My instinct tells me your involvement will become imminent the more you find out about what is to come, should the Dark Six rise again.
I'm gonna lean into Larry.
So I guess
I
we
think
just
we
take
should
you to
go-
the train station and wait for the world to end, kind of thing.
I have to say, I'm pretty certain there's nobody in this party who would wish to face off against any of the Dark Six. I certainly hope your portents of doom don't pan out.
The Dark
At
Six
least
don't
die
seek to
richer.
bring an end to the world. They seek only to bring suffering to it. And he says,
Yeah, well, for those of us who have lived through the past several decades of war, I mean, what else you got?
What's war?
Yeah, it could get a little worse, I suppose, if they brought the blood war here, but it wouldn't be all that much worse.
exponentially worse, says Yoren.
I was being sarcastic.
And in a grave voice, he begins to gather things from around the bar, and he has a brief conversation with Orion, the barkeep. And after doing so, he looks to you, ready to leave.
All right, well, I guess then to the train station, everyone.
Yes.
And as you begin to make your way towards the lightning rail station, what sounds like a massive earthquake coupled with several explosions occur below you. The bridge beneath
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry. Real quick, can I ask? Did we rest, or are we like fresh out of the tunnels?
I want to say that, in the time that's passed, you guys having this conversation with Yoren, you guys have had time to have a drink, relax. So we're going to say short rest.
A short rest. Okay, got it.
And the bridge beneath you shakes as you feel the vibrations and tremors beneath your feet. But the ground beneath you stabilizes and you press onward. You dart through back alleys and busy streets until you finally arrive at the station. And I'll load a new map.
Wait, is that normal? No one's gonna say anything.
As you guys are running, if you do say that, Yoren will say to you that he finds it strange that there's a blast that's occurring at this very moment, and he thinks that he kind of makes a insinuation that he knows what that was, and he also makes the insinuation that it had some kind of connection to the day of mourning. And you're not sure exactly what he said because you're running at just like beat pace speed, trying to get through the city as fast as possible without being seen. But I'll get this map loaded and I'll continue
All right,
here.
here we go. Sorry, guys. I thought I had to ask that question.
Oh, that's a very good question. No, it's absolutely appropriate.
Oh, Gan, while the map loads, can I ask? When we were downstairs, I picked up several scrolls and potions. In that short rest time, would I have had a chance to identify them?
Yes, you would, and I will send you exactly what those were. As a matter of fact, I've got
Cool.
special information for, let's see here, a couple people. For Teeth, for you, and for Samuel. The journal,
Cool.
the potion scrolls and spell books for you, Larry, and then just something special about the crystal that you found, Teeth, and Samuel.
And I also have the those blue vials. I brought 3 of them, and then the brick.
If it matters to clarify, Teeth still has the journal. I have the crystal.
Yes.
Got
Wait,
it.
no, I gave it to Samuel.
Yeah, no,
I gave it to Samuel.
that's right.
Oh,
he gave
okay.
the journal to Samuel, and then you have scrolls and some spell books that you found in the vault, right?
Yeah, and some potions, and then I have the crystal.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you have the crystal. Perfect. I'll cue you in on that as well. Then we'll leave Samuel
Yeah,
out of
that's
that.
cool.
All right, so let's see here. You stand hidden under an awning, just the other side of the eastbound departures platform. And ahead of you, you see a single city watchman with his back turned to you at the moment, fortunately. And he appears to be searching the crowd as they pass, seeking to board the train. And from where each of you guys are, you can see relatively everything that you'd be able to see in first-person view. First-person view is you just hit P until it comes up.
Shit.
And Yorin says to you all, "This is as far as I can get you. You're the experts from here."
Okay. And I take off my cloak of elven kind and hand it to him so that I can like cover him, I guess. Not like wrap him around or anything like that, but like kind of put it on him. Possible disguise.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, whoops. Take that off, supposedly. All right. Do you want me to roll anything specific for that, or do you just want me to just like say it's off me?
You could just say that that's something that you did.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's just I just put it on him. Try and help out.
So, which train are we headed for? Which platform do we need to reach?
And Yorn points just ahead and says, "That's the eastbound platform." And you see a large yellow card train, and in front of the train is the engine, and it's just this amazing electrified black beast of a train, and it's roaring with life, ready to take off. And
And I'm
you guys are kind of in a dark spot. There's not really any signs of what the train schedule is anywhere near around you. You're probably going to have to get a little bit closer, or maybe step out from the platform to be able to see something, you know. But if you
All right,
if you,
Zamiel is going to walk off in this direction.
as you do, Zamiel, does anybody follow him or try and sneak with him?
I will also.
Okay, so Teeth, Samuel.
I'm gonna hang back with Yorin and just kind of like scope that area out. But I'm gonna slip Kevin into Teeth's onto Teeth's shoulder. So Teeth, you've got like a big mechanical stag beetle sitting on your shoulder.
Sick. Metal.
I'm
Can I
gonna
make
stay with Yorn as well because I'm not sneaky at all.
And then, can I make a perception check to see if the guards are checking people as they enter the train?
Oh,
If I can
later,
see
Yorn.
Yorton has stepped into a dimension door.
No.
Friends, I failed at my job.
Yorton is fittingly going to stay as close to Woden as possible, as he's like, just keeps looking up at Woden like, "Oh, I feel safe next to you."
So, am I able to make a perception check to see if they are checking people as they enter the train?
Yes, but as a matter of fact, what's your passive perception?
Yes, perception. That right here. 12.
Okay, so the eastbound, you see the eastbound departure platform, it's not heavily guarded from what you can tell. but you look up at a large board that has a schedule written up on it, and it shows that the next train is due to leave in 2 minutes, which is essentially 3 rounds, and the next train out is not due to leave for several hours. And with that being said,
Well, time to go. Fuck.
I will have you guys roll for initiative.
Shit.
And just in case you need it,
Just so we're clear, we are under the impression that all of these guards are basically searching for Yorin. Is that correct?
at the current moment, any guard you see will likely engage you, as you guys are also probably being, sought after at this moment. You got to think, you just broke into the vault. The inspector and Jalen saw you, so they have a pretty good idea of what you guys look like. So the description of your image is probably out. So you're right to disguise yourself or shroud yourself in some way. I just didn't want to tell you that
good enough.
because I'm a real rude GM. But someone out there, yeah, Teeth, you remembered. You remembered that you were hot right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but all of you, to answer your question, any of you would be targets of questioning from the guards.
I knew I should have murdered people.
All right. Well, we need to get onto this train. So, we're in initiative, though, right?
Yes.
Believe everybody
Okay.
got in there. Let me just take a look here. I think so you guys might have rolled from D&D Beyond. So do this for me real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Use this command that I'm gonna put in the chat, and everybody, before you start typing it, just read it, get a good chance to look at it, even copy and paste it. You just need to copy and paste what's between the parentheses there.
Oh.
So it's exclamation init space join. There we go.
There we go.
You guys, only one you have to remember is that one. The rest of the stuff, please feel free to do from D&D Beyond.
Got it.
There we go.
Awesome.
Oh,
All right.
sick. Way better.
I just broke Avre. All right. And with that being said, Woden, you are up. So basically, the large tile squares that you see, these are going to be your movement spaces. So each of them will cover 5 feet.
5 feet, okay.
Yep.
Let's say I'm right here then.
What's our contact's name again? It's not on his base.
Oh, sorry. Yorin
Yorin.
Digalanda. Otherwise known as Urine.
Yorin Digalanda. I'll just shout out Yorn with me and like move up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly up to here. Oh Jesus, roughly up to here. Can I cast Thaumaturgy? It says a range of 30 feet. Is it only from places I can see?
No, I don't think so. You can just send your voice down hallways and stuff like that, sure, or send noises in the 30 feet in the distance. Yeah.
Can I cast Thaumaturgy inside of this building to my right here? This like little 2-story building.
Yeah.
I like it.
Can it be a voice?
Mm-hmm.
Could it be like a woman screaming guards or something like that?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Guards! You just hear it from the top of someone's lungs on the inside of that building. Guards! Help! Guards! And suddenly the two guards that are directly in front of you make their way into that building as fast as possible, as well as the guard who's standing outside on the porch.
Perfect. Thaumaturgy is an action, correct?
Yep.
So that will be my turn in that case. Oh, bonus action just in case. I'll cast Shield of Faith on Yorn.
The guards from around this side of the platform are also going to react to this and come running in that direction.
Question on like if I cast Shield of Faith here, it doesn't roll, of course. I just mark it on my sheet as having used a spell slot, and we keep track of it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
And-
so
and-
I'm
and-
casting it targeting Yorn.
And if you get an extra spell slot out of it, no one's going to be mad.
All right.
Mistakes happen. It's okay.
I will say this though: if you guys do have spells that you cast and that they don't throw in the Discord chat, try and copy it and paste it in there so people can see what it is, and so I could see what it is, because sometimes I don't even know what it is. It just helps me not have to Google one more thing.
Oh, I think Shield of Faith gives him damage resistance and for a minute. Up 2 AC.
Plus
Yeah.
2 for 10 minutes. It's concentration. It's a bonus action.
At least it has a 10-minute duration now. That's cool.
That's my turn, by the way. Do I need to pass initiative?
No, I'm sorry about that. That should be
Oh, okay, there we go.
Larry up, and
Okay.
yeah, my apologies.
So Larry is going to Are you Gan, are you comfortable with pulling the pin on a grenade and object interaction instead of an action, so I can bonus action it?
And I want to say pulling the pin on the grenade could be like almost
Sounds like a
I'm
bonus
not
action to me.
it could be almost like an incidental, Like,
Okay. Yeah. So I just
like the whole action.
basically
of
I'm just
throwing
coming
the
out from
grenade.
around the corner. Yeah. So I'm just coming out from around the corner, and as I come around the corner, I just like drop a smoke grenade, kind of like behind me. And as I come out from around the corner, I cast Disguise Self to look like one of the clerks at the train station. And I'm going to run out to where all of the guards over here can hopefully see and hear me, and just say, "Oh, dear, help! Oh, I believe something's gone terribly wrong with the mechanics back there. Something is smoking like crazy, and I don't know anything about it."
And one of the guards steps forward and says, "What are you blithering about now? There's a problem with the mechanics. Well, grab a mechanic. Where's the engineer?"
"Look, you fool! Put out that fire!" And I indicate the giant clouds of black smoke that are coming out of the train station now.
"Good Lord! Quickly!" And he says
Yes!
this to the other guards that are running in this direction. They turn right on their heel and head back in the other direction towards the flames.
Yes, quickly! There's people in there. It's behind this direction.
Oops, sorry.
No, that's cool. The idea was getting them away from the train, basically.
This direction?
Yes, quickly, you fools! Yes, exactly.
They're just city guards. They don't have much of an education, all right?
Exactly. And that's my turn. Oh, except I'm gonna. Oh no, that's an action. Never mind. Sorry. Nope, I'm good.
All right, but that is Zamiel's turn.
All right. Zamiel was walking in this direction. From where I am, do I see any guards, anything that looks like it's going to be a problem?
So
Right here?
you kind of move to the edge of the building before initiative there, so you have like a vantage point a little different than the rest of the party. You see some workers ahead of you, and they're carrying what looks to be some kind of lumber materials towards like those piles of wood directly in front of you. And you can see that there's kind of a hidden path around that wood, and in that direction can hide behind that fence line just to about this point, and as a short little burst that you'd be able to make a mad dash for the train, maybe not be seen by the guards. And you see this just from what is directly in front of you.
Okay. So Zamiel kind of turns his head around and waves his arm, trying to wave the party forward. But as he turns around, he realizes most of them aren't there anymore. So
A problem indeed.
he's going to send. I'll use my message cantrip to send a message to Larry, and I'm gonna let him know that I found a path of least resistance around the backside of the yard over here, and to
And
bring
I'm gonna. I can respond with message, right?
Yes.
Oh no, I can't. That's sending. Never mind.
I think you can. You can respond with one sentence.
Oh, basically, I say I respond with we're just caused distractions on the side. We're going down the middle.
Sounds good. Well, we'll escape this way, and then the spell ends, and I make my way this way. And I also told you to bring the others. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that. Okay, that's there. All right, about here. And the message was my action, so that'll be my turn.
All right, and with that, it is Harlan's turn.
All right. Harlan was one of the few that saw Zamiel's wave earlier, and thinking it's clear, I'm going to dash as my action and probably make it to about, let's say here. And that's it.
Noise. Patience pays off.
As you sprint past Harlan, that beggar, he marks you as someone who obviously has a little bit of wealth with your fine cape and expensive looking equipment. And he says to you as you make your way past in a fast pace, please, sir, a penny for your troubles. I could lend some information. Calls after you as you make your way, and you can respond to him from the end of where you made your movement, as an incidental as well.
Get on with it. What do you have to say?
Well, guards, there's several of them in those cars, and you look to be trying to aid their escape of some wanted criminals, he says while looking around at the several people kind of like skulking and hiding about him. As he's just been kind of observing all of you guys the whole time. Just some information I have to offer, really. The cars, like I said, inside them, 3 guards in each one. 4 passenger cars, that makes 12 guards on the train. Useful information, no? A penny for your trouble, sir, please. Anything. I just want to get something to eat.
Thank you, sir. I flick him a silver piece and remind him that So far, we're friends, and if I find out you're lying, that will change.
Never, sir. May the sovereign host bless you. Nods at you, just
I'm
looking
sorry.
at the silver
He
piece.
said 4 guards per car.
I think he said three
Wait, you said
guards,
12.
three guards
Oh.
per car, 4 cars total for a total of
Okay.
12 guards.
Got it. Okay.
If my math is not that good, don't challenge me, guys.
Avery does all the math.
Elementary only. All right, and I think with that should be on to
Matter.
Keith. Yep.
All right. So let's see. And I run up this way, past Woden. Kind of peek around the corner right there.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you peek your head around the corner.
Perception. I can fucking find it. There we go. Ooh, nice. 15.
All right, you kind of look left and right, almost as if you were looking to cross there, and to your left you see your companion Larry stalking back in your direction, and to the right you see that the guards have made their way into the house from the sound of it, and are coming back down the steps.
Okay. Can I go kind of like looking towards Larry? I go, psst, psst, Larry.
What?
Can I start murdering people?
Not yet.
And I'm gonna do Draconic Cry. Let me see. Sorry, I'm bringing it up. So Draconic Cry as a bonus action, I let out a cry. Oh, whoops. At enemies within 10 feet of me until the start of my next turn. You and your allies had advantage, and on attack rolls against the enemies that could hear you, you can use this 2 times per long rest. Are there any enemies within 10 feet of me, I guess?
At the moment, there is no enemies within 10 feet of you.
Well, alright, that was a waste. I thought they were closer. Shit. Alright. That's the end of my turn.
You didn't use your movement, did you?
Yes, I did. I moved up to the corner.
You hear the sound of those guards, like I said, coming down the steps from inside the house. It looks to be a multi-level house. You're not sure how many stories it is, and you're hoping that it's more than one, or more than 2, I should say. And luckily, you don't hear anything outside of the house. And it is again your turn, Woden. Keep in mind, it is now the top of round 2. And that being said, you guys have 1 additional round after this to make it onto the train before something bad happens.
Oh, man.
As they say, the train eventually does leave the station.
How far?
Larry calls out, "Big guy, pick him up."
How far am I between here and the train itself? Is it the first yellow train here? The yellow cars?
Yes, it is that first train, and from where you're at, you're roughly 8 squares away. So we'll say about 40 feet. Maybe 45.
If I dash, do I get? What's the movement from a dash? Is it
Double.
regular? Oh, it is double. Okay.
Yep, double whatever movement speed you have when you use the dash.
Is there any open doors on the train?
There is, as a matter of fact, several, and the platform is clear. You can see that there's a door open here, a door open here, and 2 doors also open at the very end of the platform, down here.
Okay. Well, I'll probably just grab Yorian, and use my action to dash into the open door. Let's see. Those guards aren't outside of that house yet, correct?
Nope.
Okay. Now, can I just place my model inside? Can I get through the door?
Absolutely. You should be able to just kind of phase through it.
Yep. Perfect.
All right. So you one party member is on the train and boarded.
And this
As he
is
dashes
Along
by-
with Yorin, correct?
With Yorin, yes.
As
Okay.
he dashes by, can I say, "Oh fuck me, right?"
Do I have? I mean, I haven't drawn my weapons. Do I have enough strength to actually grab teeth as well on my way over?
I mean,
shit.
technically you
Told
can pick up and carry anything you can pick up and carry. So I would say
Two hands.
you'd be able to safely pick up a halfling and a kobold.
All right, teeth. You come with
Probably.
me.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
yeah, I'd say so.
So
all 12 pounds of
They're
me.
not big.
Is he
Well-
still draconic crying as I sprint by?
Yeah, I'm definitely screaming.
Yeah. With that, that is my turn.
all right, and we'll say that the three of you make it on there, and now it's Larry is up.
Thanks, Boo.
Just so I am reading this correctly, each of these large squares is 5 feet. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I can make it on the train without having to dash.
Yeah, the platform we'll say, like I said, is like around 4 to 3.5 squares
Okay.
wide. So like 15 to 20 feet, somewhere around there, wide. So if you have
Got
to
it.
add the platform width in.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump on the train. I'm and real quick, just going back to our original conversation, is our concept to go with him or just to get him on the train and then stay where we are?
Well, it's kind of up to you, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't stay
Got
in
it.
Sharn if I were you, because given the
Okay, that's kind of what I was assuming. I just didn't know if if it was impressed upon us to like we are also leaving.
you guys definitely. I mean, just to give you like more of a feel for like in character, yeah, your characters feel the heat right now. Like they're all like, we just did something bad. Let's get the
Got
heck out of Dodge. You know, let's go.
Okay. Okay, so I get on the train, and Mark. I assume they're the 3 guards as expected on the train.
Yep. Right away, you see one of the guards that was expected on the train, and you see also that inside of the train car, there's like a private car in each train car, and it's segmented off from the rest of the car. And there's a little glass window that you can see inside that looks to be a conductor and 2 guards standing inside.
Got it. Okay, and that's this little area right here, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Larry, because he's still disguised as the station clerk, Larry's going to run over to the guard that's currently on there. Is he on the? Okay, he's not here. Okay, Larry's just going to run over to the guard that he sees and just say, "Excuse me, I can't help but be curious, but I believe that I swear I saw those wanted people trying to buy a train ticket out in the station."
And still disguised in your in your
Still, I look as I'm disguised as as the station attendant.
Where? Outside? And he turns to the door immediately, looking for your direction.
Yes, they were in line. They were looking to buy a ticket for this very train, and I just ran right here to report them.
He knocks on the door to his right that you see there, and the one where the conductor the conductor and several other guards were standing inside, and it slides open, and he whispers something to them, and they all kind of evacuate the train. The conductor doesn't, stops at the door, looks back to you, and says, "Who are you?"
Who am I? What do you mean, who am I? Who are you?
"I don't recognize you." Are you
Oh,
new?
yes. Well, yes. I'm new. I'm just a ticket salesman, just doing my job. It looks like we're leaving on time. Yes.
Yes, yes. Well, good thing you're here. We're short-staffed today, and it looks like we'll be
Oh, perfect.
down a couple guards. The train's about to leave. I dare say they're not gonna make it back in time.
Oh well, I didn't bring any weaponry. Do you happen to have like I don't know a gun or a knife or something? I'd be happy to guard this door for you.
Weaponry? Oh,
Well,
turn.
I mean, what kind of guard stands here unarmed in my fancy robes?
Well, you're not exactly a guard. You're a ticket collector. Train
Didn't you
workers.
just ask me to be a guard?
No, 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 no. A ticket collector. I said we'll be short on guards as well.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Of course, I'd be happy to collect tickets. My pleasure.
Thank you, thank you. He looks at you with like a queer-looking eyebrow. Wondering if he's seen you before, or if you're actually telling the truth. Doing his own insight check on you, and you're not sure that you're not sure you sold him, just based on his kind of his curious demeanor after your conversation. Keeps looking
all
back
right,
at
that's
you.
fair. All right. Larry's going to check his pocket watch and just be like, oh, it looks like we've got to leave to keep this on time. I'll start collecting tickets.
Oh, you're right. He turns around and he heads back into the car, preparing things.
Can I do an insight check and see if he actually believed him?
Yeah.
All right. Insight. Come on, insight. Oh, 13.
You don't think that he believed him.
All right.
Your insight tells you no, that he thinks he's full of it.
Sick. All right.
Larry's going to go and sort of sit somewhere inconspicuous and drop his disguise.
All right. And that should be Zamiel up.
Alrighty. I'm going to move up to the fence line here where I'm nice and concealed. And I will use my minor illusions to disguise change the appearance of my robes and other effects. And then I will make my way onto the train as well.
You look markedly unrecognizable from your previous.
Oh yeah, changed all the colors, all the everything effects. He's in like flowing purple and gold robes now. Very nobly.
Very noble indeed. The color of royalty. And Harlan, you are up.
All right. I guess seeing all the medium races make it onto the train, quite handily, once again I dash and I believe I just barely make it from the second door that you said was open.
So I hold the door for you.
And for dramatic effect, as you hop onto the train, it begins to start to move out of the station, even though I said it was going to be 3 rounds. Just for fun, why not? And
Thanks, but I had that on my own.
Oh, I know you did. I mean, the math works out.
And I will get another map loaded here in just a second, guys.
You all do realize that guy's gonna fucking die, right? He has to.
Must happen.
You're just too
Which guy?
to the state.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
Yeah, right. I mean, you did pick an assassin, so I mean that's kind of how it goes.
You guys are in the third car, back of the third car. And you'll see there's some more people on the train now as it filled up as you guys boarded.
So back here. Yep.
And Yorn says, they will be looking for people who match our description. We either need to deal with the guards one by one or find some sort of disguise, some sort of diversion. He trails off, looking over your shoulder at the end of the passenger car. Not optimal, but I think we found it, he says, pointing. And you look to see what he's talking about, and you see storming towards you the wandering Warforged, whose property you stole in the Lonely Inn.
What the fuck? What? The yacht! Oh my gosh.
And sorry, he's coming toward us.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
From the end of the
Teeth?
train car. He's about right there.
Teeth is gonna say, if you guys took care of him, I'm gonna take care of the guy who definitely did not believe us.
Well, no,
Larry.
wait. Now, hang on a
He's-
sec.
he
That
is
guy's
dying.
actually making
He-
the train run.
Mhm.
If he dies, the train stops, and
I'm
then
just
we
saying-
all die.
I'm just saying that you can conduct the train, and I kill him.
I definitely cannot.
Fuck.
We cannot kill the guy driving the train. All right.
Is okay, so the guy that definitely did not believe Larry, is he the actual conductor of the train, or is he just like
There's
guy who
really
checks tickets?
there's really just an engineer in each of those like private cars, and what they kind of do is they basically manage the passengers in the train, but they don't collect tickets. They're like a supervisor of the car, so they're not exactly security. They're not exactly they're just kind of like authority on the train without authority, if that makes sense.
Okay, so in other
Kinda
words,
like-
Woden.
If you've ever
You're coming with-
ridden like the Metro before, the Metro
Yes.
Police, they have their own police, and they don't really have any real power, but on the train, they kind of have power.
Okay, so in other words, Woden is coming with me, and he's
Mhm.
going out the fucking window, right?
Okay, wait. So hang on. So, and there are no guards in this compartment right now, correct?
Currently, you guys have evacuated all the guards out of this car, and without
Right.
any kind of indication that they sent a message to the other guards in the car, this car appears to be completely void of guards. And that being said, the Warforged continues to stalk viciously
Yeah.
towards you.
Other than the guy that I
Okay.
literally robbed.
All right. So, all right. First of all, let me fix this problem. And Larry is going to turn around to the door to the conductor's room and wedge his immovable rod in the handle and click it. So blocking the door shut.
So I can kill him.
No, the point is he can't come in here, so we're good for now.
He's dying.
But hey, I'll tell you what. Let's talk to that big clanky guy over there, and if he gives us any guff, you can kill him. How about that?
I guess.
All right.
Let's go with his plan for right now.
Hey, Gears, you want to go talk to your buddy over there and just see where he's at?
Are I locked in here too? Am I not locked in the same room?
You're with us.
What did you use the rod on? I didn't quite follow.
I used the rod on the door to the conductor's room, so nobody can come in through that way, including the conductor who's
Oh,
suspicious
like behind
of me.
us?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. In other words, he's just blocking me from killing us.
Well, I mean,
And blocking us from getting a pincher attack.
I mean, the Warforged doesn't know that we stole the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I
But
think
he looks pissed and he's coming towards us. So
why don't we
beelining
walk
towards
right past him? I'll lead.
It's very easy for him to determine that you indeed did steal the thing.
us. All
Why
right.
can I cannot move?
This
Magical
hey,
people can
wizard,
do
how
that,
about we
just
don't
so
give
you
up the
know.
ship?
There we go. Here, I'll suggest that we walk right past him.
You're gonna cast minor illusion to create a cat.
A cat?
A cat, correct.
Well, I'm gonna start drooling.
I'm assuming Urin's with me.
Yes, I am with you. Currently drooling towards the cat.
Urin's flying. There we go. Oh boy. What's happening?
Sorry if I already asked this, but you told me that the journal that they gave me was in an indecipherable language, right?
Correct.
Draconic.
Okay. Oh, Draconic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then I can read it.
Teeth couldn't read it. When he,
I am retarded.
no, that's all right.
Language-
It's all right. When
The language is Draconic?
when he
I can
picked
read
it up,
Draconic.
he he asked what language it was in, and I explained to him it was in a language that he couldn't read because I looked at his character sheet, so I didn't have Draconic.
Oh, okay.
I asked if it was 3 cans.
I just wanted to. Well, I'm just saying, if I would have known what it said, I would have read it, and I'm just assuming it would have held some insight into the situation that I'd like to know.
Yeah, it does. We could stop and talk about that for a little bit. Let's do that. Because that is more than fair. So if
Because
you
I don't really know what the deal is with this guy.
if you took
I
the
didn't
time to peel through the first couple of pages of that book in the short rest that you guys took there, what you would have found is in the etchings of Draconic an ancient text, and this text was written in reference to the events of Dula Zurak and Dula Ranak, brother and sister, who once fought, battled, locked in furious anger and entanglement as they fought for basically what you see in front of you today. They fought for the lands of Eberron. And the story goes on to tell about how Dula Ranak was able to strike Dula Zurak dead, or at least down, and banish him to Kyber, the realm underneath Eberron, the Underdark.
It's like the old story we all heard as children. Everybody heard as children growing up in Eberron.
I am 3. I don't even know what war is.
You might have heard it then.
Most definitely not.
The thing you find chilling about these words, Samuel, is unlike the childhood stories that were written and filled with pictures of beautiful dragons and warriors bold. Well, this is a rather ancient text written in an ancient language, and you can tell just by the document itself and from your knowledge of Arcana, if you roll an Arcana check.
Oh, sure. Gladly.
Well, you can tell a lot. You can tell that this document it's older than YK, if that makes sense to any of you. It's older than the year
Does
of the
it seem magically preserved?
Well, it's older than the year of the kingdom. It's older than the times where men ruled the land of Eberron.
If I touch it with my fiery fingertip, does it burn at all?
No, it does not.
Okay.
There's no contract.
I would have put it out before it incinerated it. Don't worry. Well, this is bad. I'm just gonna say that I chose not to tell Yorn about this stuff just yet, so he doesn't know, and we're not talking about it. And now the Warforged is coming, so I guess we step up to talk to him. Who's taking point?
I thought we were going to pass by him.
I'm going to call to the minor illusion cat. Say, here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Ever the conversationalist, the Warforged says nothing as he stalks forward. He merely waves his staff in the air beside him, and to the left you see a dark smoke begin to form into what looks to be some kind of a robed spirit.
All right, well, this guy's dying.
Hey,
Well, looks like you summoned this guy to the
Mr.
committee.
Clanks, we mean you no harm. So, would you mind putting your little friend away?
Ever the
So what are you,
conversationalist.
strange machine? What are you, the herald of the mockery or something? And I say that in a mocking tone.
Ever the conversationalist, he says nothing as he steps forward.
Okay, well,
And teeth.
and yeah, I'm gonna try and stab him. Sorry, guys.
Wish you luck.
Thank you.
And for range, guys, just use hold down tab and draw a line, or
Have we rolled initiative?
F4. You guys are still in initiative basically just from last round. I didn't change the order, just kept you in the heat of the moment. Added in new combatants and removed old ones.
Okay, so tab.
Seems you're within range.
Well, I'm going to try and assassinate him. Or am I considered as a threat already?
You can kind of tell from the way he's approaching you that he considers you all to be threats.
Well, all right. Well, I'm stabbing him. All right. Let's see. Action. I'm gonna try and attack him with my short sword. 15.
Are you attacking the spirit, or are you attacking the Warforged?
Oh, the Warforged.
Got it.
100% the Warforged.
All right.
A 15.
All right.
It's nice knowing you guys.
15 is gonna whiff on the Warforged.
Fuck. Oh. Oh no.
Well, and now you're down fire of my spells. Good job there. I hope you have good decks there, my little buddy.
It's a good thing I do.
And you hear the Warforged say something, but you can't make out what it is because it's in a language that really none of you understand. But as he does so, he kind of swishes his staff in the air in an elaborate fashion. And he casts Lightning Lure on you, Teeth.
God damn it. Alright. Oh no.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving. That is a 17.
All right. Well, you're gonna pass, luckily.
Oh, thank God. Oh no.
And with that being said, you feel a surge of energy flow from behind you and past you, but it doesn't affect you in any negative way. It seems to almost
I
flow
notice.
just over you, as you are only 2 feet tall.
Okay,
And
I notice.
he's not used to casting on people your size, apparently.
Oh, okay.
And I'll call that his turn. He will. He'll stay in his position that he is, right in front of you. And Woden, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna sprint up. Or I'm gonna walk up. Use my movement. I'm gonna get in front of the little guy, if I can. Let's see. How much health do you have?
Health that I have?
Mm-hmm.
21, I think.
Are we, Gannicus, are we allowed to discuss like health totals?
I prefer you guys don't do that. I prefer you just kind
Yeah.
of stay in the moment. But you know,
Yeah.
if you're like in between rounds and you're like, hey, what's your health at? Do you need to be healed or something like
Gotcha.
that? I'm cool with that. But in the midst of battle, I prefer you guys just stick to
That's fair.
what you're trying to do, what they're trying to do.
Definitely did not hear that.
No worries, no worries. Good question. Thank you.
Are you guys
If you want
15 feet away from me?
you could just be like, you could do a perception check or something, maybe.
For that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like if you're interested in knowing what their health is in character, that's kind of a different story. You want to know as an incidental, you could ask him, in character, hey, are you all right? Do you need healing? Something like that. That's a big difference.
I'm
Don't do AoE.
So I mean, we're not gonna try to talk to this guy, right?
I mean, I already tried stabbing him, but I
I
mean,
don't
you guys
think he
definitely
has
can.
anything else to say.
I'm just saying, Larry definitely has the stone.
This will be one opponent I'm not going to fault you for preemptively attempting to assassinate.
Question on the wraith that he summoned: is this like just some undead thing?
Shadow, maybe? Looks like a shadow.
Like
Watch
he's
out
got
for
like
his touch.
It is definitely a shadow spirit of some kind. You could see that its robe, it doesn't seem to be, have a physical form, as it seems to take different shapes and shift and disappear, and parts of it vanish and then reappear.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm like still debating if I actually want to attack this guy or try to talk with him.
You're fine.
I'm just gonna try and grapple the Warforged. That's a strength check, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, strength
It's an
against.
opposed strength.
Pretty much contested, so we both will roll our strength, and whoever wins, wins.
23.
Let's see what this guy's at. All right, he rolls a 20, and you grapple him, and you have a hold of him, and you have the upper hand. You basically have control of him at this point. He's not going to be able to get away from you. You can move him 5 feet in any direction.
Okay. I mean that's my turn. I don't think I'm just gonna grapple and restrain him. If you guys want to talk to him, you can.
I mean, you're the Warforged. You should probably say something. You are hugging him.
I'm assuming he knows the gem belongs to us. I'm gonna ask him what it means to him.
Really? You're just gonna tell him we took it? What's wrong with you?
He's attacking us out of nowhere. Like he knows.
Mm-hmm.
It is to be returned to its owner.
Are you the owner?
I am not. I do in fact know the owner, and I will be returning it to him after I end you.
we could help you take it to there if we understood what was going on. This is a dangerous piece of equipment.
That is the kyber crystal of a Warforged that is long since dead but will soon be revived.
Sounds like a bad guy.
Yeah, is this a good guy or a bad guy?
At this point, I don't think it matters. They'll just correct it to be a bad guy, and I do like air quotes.
You beings that live and breathe. You think in terms of good, in terms of bad. Nothing matters more to you than your coin, however. You squabble over it. Disgusting.
This is true.
Look, I don't know where you strange god-worshipping Warforged came from, but you should know your god is just as dangerous to the Prime as any other, just as we are, so I don't see why you're all so eager to die for the mockery, because you know that's what will come to pass.
It is not the mockery I am eager to die for. He is only a means to an end.
Yeah,
Could
what's
you
the
be more
end you're
specific?
aiming for?
The freedom of all Warforged. And with that, he's gonna
The last
react.
thing I say is I don't know of any Warforged enslaved right now, but okay.
Gonna react to all these comments with a mind sliver directed at each of you. And with it, he'll deliver a message. And you just hear this overwhelming boom voice in your head. Bow to the Warforged. And each of you are gonna need to.
Oh, sorry again, we lost you on that. Can you say that again?
Sorry about that, guys. Bow to the Warforged is what he says. And you just hear this booming voice inside of your head. And each of you are going to need to roll. Let's see here. A intelligence saving throw.
Good.
No.
18.
8.
Alright, those of you that don't pass a 15, we're going to take 1d6 psychic damage.
Alright.
And that will be 2 damage.
Oh, okay, not too bad.
You're gonna have a headache tomorrow.
And Woden, I think that was the end of your turn. I just want to make sure. I think that
Yeah,
was...
so far, I mean, he's making a pretty convincing argument to another Warforged.
Oh, no, that was Larry's turn last. I apologize.
No, I haven't gone yet.
Oh, then it should be Larry up.
Okay. All right, on hearing this admonition in my head, I'm going to say, all right, had enough of this guy. Hey, T, kill him. And I'm going to, as my bonus action, I like flip a few switches on my mechanical glove, and Kevin, the stag beetle that's currently sitting on Teeth's shoulder, sort of adjusts itself and turns to Teeth and says, "Greetings. This is a message from my owner. Please do your best in destroying our enemies." And he casts heroism on Teeth. So Teeth, you have 4 temporary hit points, and you can't be frightened.
Oh, thank you, babe.
That's an interesting way to apply that. I like it.
And then for my turn, I am going to shoot him in the face.
Naturally.
Naturally.
Oh
yeah, 25 to hit.
Since he's grappled, does he get advantage on the attack? Not that he needs it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Gan, do you want me to roll with advantage because he's grappled?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sorry about
Just
that.
see if I crit. No, that's cool. I didn't crit.
Still figuring out this fancy mute button on my headset.
That's cool. Okay, so I rolled a 9 magical piercing damage.
All right.
Damn.
That is 9 damage on the Warforged. Okay.
And that is my turn.
And that should be Zamiel up.
Alrighty. Zamiel's going to step forward to about here. And he's going to yell out to Teeth, Teeth, duck. And he's going to yell out to Woden, Woden, turn around. And they should both get advantages on their saving throws when they cast Burning Hands.
Can I use my reaction to turn?
Yep,
Of course.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you turn and see Zamiel's hands begin to
Link together with the thumbs, and then fire blasts out in a 15-foot cone.
Thank you. That was better than what I was going to say.
And it should avoid this, if this passenger is here, it should avoid her too. Only hitting the enemies. But the allies should get advantage on the decks, and they got to beat 13. And I think I don't know his name. The hooded guy probably doesn't get a save.
Oh, no save, huh?
Well, he can't make a deck saving throw. You automatically fail deck saving throws if you're grappled.
Oh, I thought you meant the spirit. Apologies.
Oh yeah, no, he's probably no. He can save too.
I pass.
All right, he rolls a 16.
Alrighty.
And yeah, he's not going to be able to make a saving throw while he's grappled. You're correct.
All right. Well, anyone who passes the saving throw or anyone who doesn't take 17. Anyone who does takes half.
All right, so those of you who don't, you're going to take 8. And let's see here.
I'm going to reaction, actually. And because, just to be clear, Teeth, you're going to take that 8 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to reaction, and Kevin is going to buzz, and you hear his mechanical voice say, cooling option activated. And he casts absorb elements on you, so he's going to reduce that fire damage by 2.
Okay.
And Kevin is now burning hot.
All right.
That is effective use of your droids there, my guy. I like it. Did I call them droids?
Oh, I'm
What
sorry,
should I
and
call them?
not reduce it by 2. He reduces it by half. I'm sorry, so he reduces it by 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me go back.
So you only take 4 fire damage.
Sick. All right. Not too bad.
And he burns with the fire. Nice.
I still scream.
I'm just thinking of all the fun ways you can use that red hot beetle.
You hear a dreadful scream in the train car, and it just deafens you. And everybody needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Can I? There we go.
Oh.
Oh no! It landed on a 20 and turned into a 2. No.
Same. That's what
Anybody-
happened to me too.
Anybody who doesn't beat a 15 is going to be frightened for the next minute.
Teeth is immune to fear.
And you can also repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
So repeat it.
You can. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
You're immune. But you
Okay.
I'm
can.
guessing the source is this direction.
Those of you that aren't can repeat the check at the end of the turn.
Kevin reminds you, do not be afraid, friend.
I'm guessing the direction is towards the enemies, right? The source of the fear.
Anybody within 30 feet of him, basically. So you guys are all affected, except Larry, Yorin, and
Teeth.
Harlan, and Teeth, of course, who's immune.
Oh, I'm too far away?
You guys are too far away. Harlan, Yorin, and Larry is all too far away.
Oh, okay, cool.
The train car itself is about 90 feet long. You guys.
Oh, got it.
So you guys are about, you're in the first third. They're in the middle third. You guys are just out of reach, really.
Okay. Perfect.
And you guys can use your measuring tool for distance here too. It's F4 for those of you guys that don't remember, or hold down tab and use your mouse to click and drag. Cool. Alright, I'll get to who's next in initiative here. That being said, it is Harlan's turn.
All right. Not to be outdone by Zamiel, I will run alongside him and say, duck again, and I will cast Burning Hands at all of our friends there.
Alright, they're both taking the brunt of your 9 damage there. And with that, you see the Warforged drop to his knee, and the spirit fades.
Sorry, my friends, it was just a little fire.
It's okay. I'm just doing that because it'll teach them in the future to stay out of downrange for me.
This is accurate. Never run in front of the wizard. It's like run in front of a gun. All right. Well, with that, I think it's Teeth's turn. If that's the end of your turn, Harlan.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm kidding though. There's other spells besides AoE spells. I just like them.
I mean, no one's everybody's.
And Teeth from the position that he's kneeling at, he's almost face to face with you.
Okay. If I use my Draconic Cry again, would that use up my turn?
It would use your action.
So yes. Right. Well, I'm gonna stab him in his fucking face. And yeah, I'm gonna stab him with my short sword right in the face. Woden is currently grappling him, also, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So do I gain advantage on that or no?
Well, he's got. I don't think you gain advantage when he's grappled. To be honest, I think. No, I'm sorry. Yes, you do.
You do, yeah.
Grappled
When they're
and,
grappled or prone.
and
Yep.
Prone, technically.
We're not playing with flanking, right?
No, but yes, you are 100% correct. You do have advantage currently because he's grappled.
Okay. No, I'm gonna stab him in his face. Yeah. Scarf that face a little bit more.
You start
Oh no!
Line up.
Nah, what? Oh, 6.
Roll again. You have advantage.
Oh, thank you. Go, please. Thank God, nat 20. Oh my God! 25 to hit.
Well, it's a crit no matter what because you
With this
rolled
attack, right?
Okay, so roll that 2d6 +3.
Yeah,
On D&D Beyond, it should give you the extra die.
9.
Yep, 2d6 there. So you're gonna describe the method of his demise here.
I'm gonna stab him like just as quickly as possible, kind of like shaking him in the face.
And you stab multiple times on the target.
This was supposed to be a peaceful train ride.
With the intended result, bringing the Warforged down as you topple on top of him.
All right, well, I'm gonna start looting his body then. Wait, it was just him and that dark spirit, right? And the dark spirit dissipated.
Yep.
All right. Can I start looting his body?
Absolutely.
All right. What do I find?
And as you search around in his person, you find a small pouch filled with coins, but there's not much there. Just a few
Alright.
few bronze pieces.
All right. Well, trap.
Does he have any?
Yeah, does he have a
It's
staff?
toward Woden.
It looks like he has a staff.
Does he have any particularly good mechanical pieces as a part of his body?
He's mostly constructed of wood and what looks to be rusted metal. He doesn't look to be anything special. He definitely doesn't boast the figure that Woden does.
Okay.
I'm like casually taking him apart.
You can absolutely
Um,
take the pieces of scrap and wood, and from it I can develop a list of things that you were able to recover from him.
I mean, only if there's anything valuable.
I'll watch and discuss.
Well, you don't want
Stand.
any of this, do you? I mean, I could install any of this if you really wanted.
Important question: is there anyone else within the train car?
Within the train car, you do see several other passengers who have witnessed these events and are now just kind of taking steps back from your position.
They are dying. And where are said passengers?
You've got one Warforged here, and
I mean, these people have not like they don't appear to be like enemies, correct?
They have seen what we have done, and they are going out the windows.
All right, calm down, Teeth. We're not just killing a train full of people.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that
getting rid of
they
witnesses.
have witnessed us killing this guy, robot machine, and same with the guy.
What
in the
they
back
witnessed
room.
was we were attacked by
Same.
somebody who
I'm
summoned
just saying.
undead to attack us.
And Yoren says
Fair
audibly enough for the rest of the passengers in the train car to hear, I am certain that none of these good people are going to share the events of what they've seen today with any Shan City watchmen. And
Can
certainly
I pull
not
out-
any that would be on this train, of course.
Can I pull out my knife and do it intimidation?
Absolutely.
You say roll?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to help intimidate the train as well.
Yep, go ahead and anybody looking
19.
to intimidate passengers can roll an intimidation check. And
19.
Teeth, you kind of do your thing. I'm not exactly sure what you do to intimidate them at 2 feet,
I
but
just pull out my knife and then I start drooling.
that's terrifying enough for sure.
Yeah.
And
all 2 foot
just
one of me.
just at the rabid-looking beast that is hissing at them, they all kind of recoil and nod their heads at Yoren's comment.
So I'm just saying, there's also that guy that definitely did not believe you. I mean, there's definitely a guy that did not believe you.
Woden
Yes.
failing his intimidation check. Just kind of ponder the words of the Warforged before he died about the god being resurrected.
Yeah, it's a lot of bad business.
I mean, he mentioned dragons, did he not?
Should we throw him out the window?
The progenitor dragons, to be specific, yes.
3.
I've heard stories of them, and I definitely do not want to get caught up in that.
Oh, at this time, can I pull on Larry's cufflink? I guess.
Larry, you feel a tugging at your cufflink.
Larry, what's war? Because I have no idea what
Uh,
it actually is.
I mean, basically, like somebody wants something, somebody else has it and doesn't want to give it up, so they kill a bunch of people in order to make it all, settled.
So exactly what we did.
I mean, yeah, but like on a really big scale with a lot of uninvolved people dying over it.
How many?
Yeah, believe me, kid, it's not nearly as fun as it sounds.
It sounds like a great time.
All right, well, whatever. And I take Kevin back.
Just take my friend. Can we kill the person in the back? He did not believe you.
We're not killing anyone.
All
We
right,
already
Eno.
killed.
One more
I
death
just stabbed.
threat, and I'm throwing you out of the train. All right.
I just stabbed this guy in the face.
Harlan,
All
Yeah,
right, I'm
you
going to
can
cast
kill
my
in
suggested
self-defense.
spell on Teeth.
Harlan, when you go to intimidate the guards, what specifically do you do?
I say, yeah, you take note of my friend here, and I point to Teeth, and I say, well, we're just holding him back, and at any word, he could attack.
I smile and roll again.
And one of the Warforged, what looks to be a design of more feminine nature, steps forward, and you can see that her voice is also of a more feminine nature. She says, "We do not seek any quarrel with you or your kind." She lifts up her hands, almost in surrender and retreat. And Woden,
Yeah, did you know this? Did you know this guy? Was he familiar to you?
no, I've never seen him or the likes of him. And Woden, you make an attempt at intimidating the crowd as well, but an elderly woman who looks to be maybe in her 80s, human. She stands before you, a meager 5.5 feet, looking up and says, "Look here, construct. I've seen times of war and death, lost a husband and a son. You don't scare me, but I'll keep quiet."
I like this lady.
I'm going to resheath my short sword.
Yeah,
Just
something
to,
it might be more useful to send a message to these people about these dark cultists apparently threatening everything. But you know what? I don't see how it's going to be too helpful. So forget about it.
And Yorin,
We got to talk to the right people about this.
Yorin clears his throat from behind all of you, kind of gathered, starting to talk about, current events and what just occurred. And he, my new companions and friends, I must impress upon you a minor detail that I may have left out. While I did say this train is headed in the direction that we need to go, it is not headed exactly where we need to go, and we will need to persuade the conductor to take us there.
That's double.
Persuade is probably not the right word.
You keep leaving things out. I want to make clear.
And can I ask?
I do that from time to time. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is going to increase our pay.
I'm gonna pull out my knife.
And he
Yeah.
he says,
We're going to need
"Well,
a 250 gold piece leaving things out fee.
go ahead and roll persuasion and negotiate a better price."
Can I roll a intimidation?
This is gonna be this is gonna be Larry rolling persuasion. You can roll an intimidation, but I'm gonna need to hear what you're doing to intimidate.
Oh, I'm pulling out my knife again. Oh, fucking
I got
shit.
15.
A 4.
All right, your knife kind of gets stuck a little bit as you pull it out, so it's not as impressive or scary as you want it to be. And Larry, you're able to persuade him to give you the extra 250 gold for 750 gold pieces total.
Is that all?
That's per person for the record.
Yep, per person.
Okay, good.
Another cat.
And I just want to make this clear: that is a recurring fee every time you choose to leave something out.
And he says, very well. Fair enough. Shall we?
Yeah. All right. So where do we need to go?
I would assume the head of the train.
No, but I mean, like, where do we need to tell the conductor to take us?
Forgive me, new sire.
Got it.
You said New Saya?
Yes, new sire. It is an encampment just east of here. It is near a town.
And the train goes there?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately not.
how
Have you
far
people
is it?
never seen a map of these lands?
No.
Very well. And he
I'm
pulls one out for you. Give me just a moment here.
not.
Wrong one. That should be better. No. Let's see here.
For some reason, it does not let me open up this damn picture.
I just switch over to my off my headset because it's charging. Could I grab the mask off of the Warforged?
Yes, absolutely. You grab the Romanesque style mask off the Warforged, revealing his scarred face, metal and wood underneath.
Gonna hold on to that for later.
All right. You put that in your pack. And as Yoren pulls out the map, he shows you that in a eastbound direction, due east, as a matter of fact, from where you're at, roughly on the map, where he expects you're at, roughly on the map, that is a town called Kenrun, and the train does run through there. And just south of Kenrun is the Breelish encampment, known as New Sire. And this is a place within the borders of Breeland, but it's known as New Sire because Prince Orgev Irwinarn, who is basically he's the last recognized government figure of Sire that's living and well, that it's known of, at least. And he's brought the people that are still loyal to the nation of Sire and making it regain its sovereignship throughout the lands, gathered there. They are doing their best to try and recover what was one of the greatest nations of Corvair.
So to be clear, the train does not go to this place, but you want us to ask them to take us to this place. Is that correct?
Well, no. The train, it does go to Kenrun, but you see, on the current path that it is on, it will not go to Kenrun. Thus, we need to persuade, convince, intimidate, however you find the best means to do so, the engineers to change the path towards Kenrun.
Got it. So why didn't we just take a train to Kenrun?
Ah, Alas, there was no trains leaving to Kenrun at the time.
Yeah, convenient.
Actually, rather inconvenient, as a matter of fact, he says, looking at you curiously.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah. And what are you looking to...
I'm trying to see if he's actually telling us the truth, whether or not the train, or that there was a train going to Kenrun.
You can verify that by what you saw on the sign. And you do know that he is not lying.
God damn it. Okay. Fine. I believe him. I believe him.
All right. Well, so do we try and do this the sneaky way, and then if that doesn't work, we just what, like take the train hostage?
I'm down.
From what I know of the lightning rail, there's guards on each car. However, you seem to have disposed of the ones that were on this one. That would leave only 9 guards left on this train.
All right. Well, also, how much time have we got? Like, how long is this trip?
Well, I should estimate that we will need to make it up there at least within the next 10 minutes before it's too late and we've...
So we don't have time for a long rest, is what we're saying. This is not a sleeper car situation.
we're going to take a short rest in real life for 10 minutes here, and we'll come back and I'll give you guys another short rest, but no long rest, unfortunately. So if you want to recover some spell slot,
Son of a bitch.
In real life.
Yorin, you're really breaking my balls here.
I'm just gonna start sapping people.
you guys are riding like passenger class, not there's no sleeper cars on this one.
Damn it. All
right, we'll be back in 10, guys.
Sick.
Go take your bio breaks, go get your snacks.
Hey, question for you guys: do we end at 8 or at 9? Trying to figure out because I'm gonna order some food.
We should be wrapping up around 10:20, so in an hour from now.
Oh, in an hour from now. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
No problem. And I will have a large cheese fry.
And 2 tacos.
just getting some of these players their information, guys. Just give me 1 second. All right. And as we resume, you guys are, like I said, free and clear of guards in this car. But with only roughly 5 minutes, and we'll say 5 turns, from the point you reach that next car, you need to make it to the front car and persuade the engineer to take you to Kenrun. Otherwise, it's going to be too late. You're going to be heading in the wrong direction, and the only thing you're going to be able to really persuade him to do is stop and let you off in order to not take you way off your path.
How far off our path would it take us?
Well, the problem with going in the direction the train is currently headed is it's going to take you north. And that's going to take you into the lands that are occupied by House de Cannith. And House de Cannith has pretty strict securities, and they have a close connection to Breland, and their guards communicate. For that matter, you probably don't want to end up at the station there, as you may have a welcoming party when you get there.
Okay, so we have what, two train cars to get through?
Currently, there's 2 train cars until the engine. Yes, and in the front, segmented car, you'll find the conductor who controls the train itself.
Well, is everyone back yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep, I'm back.
Oh, but the conductor's
Yeah.
car is in this direction, isn't it? You said this was the conductor's car?
The conductor's car is the front car. It's the car that's just in front of the main engine, the big black train.
Then can I beeline it to the next section?
I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can I beeline it to the next section, like over here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone in there?
You see that there is a person who looks like they work on the train, staring out the window, absent-mindedly, not really paying attention to any of the surroundings, and
So he does not notice me.
doesn't seem to notice the train car open.
Okay. Can I go into the next one?
And as you head
And
into the
then,
next one,
Can I make a
you
perception check?
you go ahead and make a perception check.
Wherever it is. Perception. Come on. 6.
You see a bunch of legs in front of you.
Alright, well, I'm going to keep on moving then.
All right. And as you move into that car, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
God damn it.
And I'll give you guys just a minute here. You should be able to roll now.
Fuck, man. Come on, getting a shitty roll.
Harlan, just make sure you type it in the chat. Exclamation init space join.
Yeah, I did that after the fact. I'm sorry.
No worries. Oh, I see. Yep, right underneath. Duh. There's two very well bearded dwarfs there. Right. So the top of the order is Harlan, and I have you just freeze where you're at there, teeth right at the beginning of the car. And Harlan, you can make your way all the way to the end of the car before you start making any of your or using any of your movement.
Okay.
Same goes for everybody else. Basically to where teeth's at.
Gotcha. And we don't exactly know who we've entered initiative for. Is the two in front of us?
As you make your way up to Teeth's shoulder, looking over his shoulder, that is, you see at the end of the car a guard. Roughly 90 feet away, the length of the car.
All right, boys. Do you want me to be sneaky, or do we just barrel through and try and make this thing by force?
Yeah, I think I got a plan that might work better than fighting our way through. Do you still have that immovable rod of whatever?
Yeah, of course.
Good. All right. I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll rush through together, but I'll use the darkness orb to cover us, and it might buy us enough cover and shock factor to get us all through. If we barrel through, and then we get into the conductor's car, and you barricade the door with the bar.
To be fair, the immovable rod, wasn't that still stuck in the other door, stopping me from killing that guy?
Oh no, I definitely took it.
Oh, okay, cool.
When we left the car, I grabbed it.
Could have killed him.
It is a useful item.
Yeah, from me killing people.
So what do you think? Should we try it? Or do you have something more subtle in mind?
We could say that we're robbing the train.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's even better.
I mean,
That
I
great.
could also just be the ticket
Couldn't
checker
make it
and,
happen.
you know, bring you guys with me.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I could also be the ticket checker and just like bring you guys all with me.
You could. If all else fails, we could say that we're robbing the train and intimidate the shit out of this guy. I'm sorry, intimidate the shit out of this guy. Is that the plan?
All right. Well, since it's just this one guy, let's try to make it easy.
Okay.
And Larry calls out, "Yeah, guard! There's a Warforged in the train behind us that like went on a rampage and started attacking people."
Harlan is tired of the bickering, and I just dash forward to
Piece of shit.
yeah, it's about there, and that's actually my turn.
Alright.
Does the guard respond to me calling him?
You see the guards start to walk down the path of the train car towards the yelling.
So that's the end of your turn, correct? Harlan.
Yep, I think he did say it was the end of his turn.
Okay. Can I
And
pull out my short bow? Is that a free action by chance?
Mhm.
Okay, and then
And-
can I? Let's see. And then can I shoot it at the guard's neck? God. Nat 1. All right, 6.
Yeah, I definitely I bump your elbow on purpose.
Oh gosh. Fuck. All right.
That's
well,
your nat 1.
Yep, I completely miss.
And your arrow, let's see here. As you bump his elbow, your arrow's gonna go awry, and it's gonna stick Yorin right in his ass cheek.
Sick. Sorry, Yoran.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Yep.
He still does have Shield of Faith, by the way.
You got 6.
And you hear Yorin cry out in pain as your arrow strikes him. What in the hell are you doing?
I'm sorry. Fuck.
If you kill one of the guards on this train, you'll be strung up in the streets of Sean and made a puppet.
Oh, you should have said that firsthand. God.
Yeah, and believe me, I will not be helping you out of that.
What kind of adventurers are you?
What do you want me to do? I don't know. God. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Yoren's just trying to pull an arrow out of his butt right now. Larry, you're up.
All right. Fuck. Okay, Larry's just gonna cast Disguise Self again as the ticket checker.
Oh no.
And he's gonna move as far as he can through the train and just say, "Yes, officer, yes. I was taking tickets, and this Warforged just went on a rampage in the train car behind us."
What's all that shouting behind you? And he points in the direction of Yoren, who's just like trying to hide that there's an arrow sticking out of his back.
He got hit by an arrow from the Warforged in the train car behind us. Look, we have injured people.
What?
Get back there and do something about it.
Where is this Warforged you speak of?
Literally in the train car behind us.
And if he shot an arrow at you, why is he not in pursuit of you?
Would you like to ask him, or would you like me to go back and ask him for you?
I want to make sure you're telling the truth. And he takes his sword out and he pokes it right to underneath your chin.
Look here, buddy. I am an employee of this train, as you can see. And if you don't get that sword somewhere useful very quickly, I will have you thrown off of this train while it is still in the air. Do you understand me?
And roll persuasion.
Ooh, 5.
Oh, no.
I step in and say, my friend, ignore him. You have to get back to the train behind us. There really was an incident that needs your attention.
And looking around at some of the other passengers in the train car, he sees that all of them look rather alarmed. You can also see through the open doors that are slightly ajar from you guys entering from the other train car that there is some kind of disturbance back there as everybody's gaggled around the remnants of the Warforged, whatever you left after scrapping him. And he looks at you, Larry, and he says, I'll be wanting your employee ID later. And he passes you, kind of pushing you to the side, but withdrawing his sword.
Larry says under his breath. Larry under his breath says, "Yeah, fuck you too, buddy." Keeps moving forward to the next car.
In Larry voice, though. I like it. All right. If that is the end of Larry's turn, then they come in with the save there, Harlan. Woden, you're up.
Let's see. I'm just going to be moving up with the rest of the team, I guess, right? Yeah, I'm just going to join the others for now.
All right, and as you make your way up the train car, you pass by several strange and interesting passengers, a Warforged here and there, several humans, most commonly humans, but something foul smells as you pass by an orc or two, and you hear their grunting language back and forth. And Samuel, it's your turn.
I suppose I will also sprint to catch up with the group. And that'll be my turn. Yeah.
Okay, and Harlan, at the top of round 2, it's your turn. And a minute has gone by. You're starting to feel a little bit of pressure as 20% of the time has passed.
Yeah, I'm just going to run straight for the door and open it. No caution to the wind.
And as you throw the door open, you find a guard immediately on the other side of it. And he says to you, Passenger, stay back in your car for the duration of the ride. This is a private car.
Come quick. The guard in this car told me to tell you that he needs assistance in the car behind this. Hurry.
Roll persuasion. What seems to be the matter?
I'm not sure. It sounded like somebody was injured, possibly dead.
Oh no. He looks around and says to the conductor in the car with him,
We'd better stop the train.
Warn the car ahead. And he says this to the guard and the conductor immediately in front of him. And the conductor says, I'll stop the train. And you hear the train start to slow down in the car behind you. Those of you that aren't, parked near Harlan hearing this conversation, you just begin to hear the train slow down.
Can I don't know if I check to kind of see where we're at, possibly within the region.
At the moment, not without taking your turn.
Damn.
Basically, it'll be pulling out a map, talking to, coordinating that with
Fair enough.
Yorin and trying to figure out exactly where you're located.
Cool. Alright.
But from the perspective of, are you far away enough to where, you have plenty of time now to go and warn the conductor before you are, beyond the point where you can change course for the town of Kenrun. You've essentially stopped the timer.
Very nice.
If that gives you a perspective of, how far away you are from that point.
I was just trying to see if we're
I mean-
near the town or the town was it that we were just in?
You guys are still relatively close to Sharn, yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
Definitely the closest city to you at this point.
All good.
Remember, friends, we only have until they figure this out. Let's press forward.
And this guard takes off in this direction. And this guard takes off behind you, seeing all of you passing him by. And he kind of just ushers you in the other direction towards a safer place. And the party has a clear path to the next car. And Teeth, you are up. Oh, sorry.
Okay. So I currently still have these two guards coming towards me.
They pass you.
Okay, they pass me.
Yep. And they kind of like pat you on the back like a child, like, get to safety, little one.
I hiss.
Stab him in the ankles.
Is one of them at least in this room right here?
The guards just pass by you. They walk past you, saying, what they say, and be safe. Head in this direction. We'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Well, all right. Let's see. Do this. All right. Well, I'll just move forward. Just hiss at them and move forward, and that's the end of my turn.
All right, and Larry, you are up.
All right. Larry is going to. So he's going to use his movement to get up as far as the conductor's room. He's going to tip over like a candle on a pillow on the couch there, just to light a fire in there. He's going to come through here and sort of whisper at Harlan, keep him distracted. Shout, "Fire! There's a fire in the conductor's office!" Still looking like the in his disguise. And then finally, he's going to cast, using his new spellbook. He's going to cast Long Strider on himself, which gives him enough movement to make it all the way to the other end. Hopefully, as the guards sort of turn, he's going to make it all the way through the other end and into this door.
And you are headed towards, forgive me, the second or the third car?
I'm in the engineer's room.
Of the second or the third car?
The third one, the right here.
Where is your MIDI?
Right here.
Oh, there's two of you. That's why.
Oh, really?
There's one of you all the way at the back of the map, too.
That's fine. Oh wait, am I moving somebody else? Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely not moving myself. Never mind. That's
You were
that's my
moving
bad.
Yorin. Yep, I see now.
Oh yeah, I've been moving Yorin this entire time. So
No worries. No worries. I just didn't know where you were. I'm trying to figure out where you're
yeah, I
headed to,
gotcha.
so I can know what you're doing. All right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you're using this room is what you're talking about, right?
So that's more or less where I started. That's where I lit a fire,
Got it.
and then I cast Long Strider and made it into this room.
Understood.
Because you said the train car is 90 feet, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. With Long Strider, I can make it into this room.
All right. All right. All right. And when you yell that, you see the guard in this room, or in this car. He immediately sprints forward in the direction of the fire. Makes it to about here.
And I guess that's my turn, unless you want to give me time, unless you want me to like be able to talk while I make it in this room.
Oh yeah.
Or I can do that on my next turn.
You can. You can. I mean, you can say
Okay.
anything you need to. As,
Okay. So when I burst into this room, I assume this is where like the steering and everything is, right?
Yes, this would be basically where you would be able to call a switch on the track. You can also
Got it.
see that
Okay.
there's like a large panel that shows kind of how to do that, as well as an emergency
Perfect.
brake on the train, which is currently deployed.
So I burst in and say, "Oh, thank heavens you're here! I have an official errand from the Chancellor of the Guard." And I pull out my little stamped insignia and say, "Yes, there's been an emergency redirect. We need to go to what the hell was that town name that we need to go to?
Kenrun.
Kenrun. We need to divert this train to Kenrun for an emergency stop by order of the head of the guard."
Well, the head of the guard, and where's the head of the guard? Why are you here telling me this? Why is he not here telling me this? Says the main guard that's standing in that cabin.
Because the head of the guard is running the guard back in the main city, which is a rather much larger job than guarding this train, I would think. So I would imagine that you just do what you're ordered to do by the head of the guard, so I don't have to report you to him directly.
That is not protocol, he says dryly back to you and in an immediate fashion.
I'm sorry. So you're telling me that you would rather have your boss come onto this train with you to give you orders instead of actually sending one of his messengers, who is clearly an employee of this train? And I bow slightly.
And he takes his spear and he crosses, your chest with the shaft of it and says, "What I'm telling you is I take orders from soldiers, not from train workers." And he pushes you back slightly, getting a better view of what's going on in the train car behind him. And who is in the first train car at this point? Besides Larry, that is. Three of you are muted if you're talking. And if no one else is in the train car, then I'm just...
Nope, that may. I'm in the. I'm back here. Yeah.
I think Harlan's the only one in that train car. We were the only two to make it through.
All right, yeah, I think it's Harlan. I didn't want to zoom. You made me zoom. All right, Harlan, you're back there in train car 1. He sees, a head count of more than the normal amount of passengers back in that car, and immediately says, "What's going on here?" starts to walk backwards, and he calls down to the guard that's jogging at a jaunt pace down the hallway. Balin, where are you headed? Balin calls back to him. There's some kind of emergency ahead. He looks to you, Larry, after observing this, and says, You wait right there and don't move. Turns and walks down the hallway.
And this is another guard, or this is the engineer?
That's basically what looks to be one of the more official guards. He's pretty brutish. Definitely the largest guard out of all of them, and he wears
Okay.
a special little silver badge on his chest as well.
Oh. I say, well, hello there, handsome. Oh, wait, good lord, what is that? Someone needs to help him, pointing down the hallway.
Help!
And
help-
help out.
Help
I
him!
cast Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if I could cast prestidigitation, have sparks kind of shoot out from the console in this control room, and then maybe minor illusion, make it look like there's more flames than there really are, and scream help.
Something horrible is going on down there. What are you doing just standing there?
And the look of things, things are getting serious in that second front car, and you see that the guards, take the initiative. They start to run even quicker in that direction. Both of them make it to you at this point, Harlan.
Is big guy not moving at all?
Dude who's in the cabin with you is looking around kind of stupidly, and he's like, I don't leave this car. Never do, never will. I control the train. It's my job. Our job to sort out what goes on it.
All right, well then I'll go help them. You stay here. And I sort of like slip out the door just a little bit and like pretend I've left and shut the door behind me.
He looks at you as you leave, like kind of like the CEO of a corporation would look at like say like a very low level employee if they gave him some kind of an order like you just did. Not happy with you. Shiny badge.
Oh, there I am.
Shiny badge says so. All right, let's see here. As you dart out the door, Larry, it is now Woden's turn.
So I got kind of left in the dust here. What's the time crunch that we're under?
Sorry about that. It is currently at, let's see, we are in round 2, almost at the end of round 2. We're like just nearing the end of the second minute in a 5-minute time crunch.
Okay. And then what happens at the 5 minutes?
Well,
Is it too late to redirect or something? Or
luckily, and wisely, Harlan took the initiative to warn one of the conductors that there was something wrong with the train and that someone may have been killed. And in that sense, that conductor immediately ordered an emergency stop of the train, which is basically one of their functions. And now you're kind of frozen at that 2-minute mark. So luckily, there's not really a time crunch to where you're gonna have to convince the engineer to divert the car by, because currently the car is stopped. But as Harlan said, this diversion will only last for so long.
yes. All right. Well, I'm gonna try. I'm pretty far. Can you tell me if I just run and take a dash action, how far I can actually get up, roughly?
What's your movement speed?
We're in heavy armor, so it might be a little lower. One sec. Still 30 feet.
It should be 60, and you should be relatively close to the rest of the pack because you've been moving with them. I'm gonna say if you weren't able to take your turn.
Yeah, I'm back here with Zamiel. So okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm just gonna dash. Am I gonna have any trouble getting past these guards with Harlan?
No. As you get to that car, though, what you see is kind of like a console that looks like it's ablaze, and as Harlan described, there's sparks shooting out of it. And at this point, both the guards are doing their best to try and extinguish it with, what pieces of clothing they have on their person that they were, quick to take off and trying to use to expunge the flames. And
Yeah.
you could see also Harlan kind of just like laughing on the other side of the door, pointing at the guards, and also down the train car that several of the passengers are pretty freaked out by this and alarmed that there's a fire on the train.
All right. Well, that'll be my turn then. Just trying to rejoin them and maybe assist with the conductor next turn.
All right, Zamiel, you're up.
All right, I'm also going to rejoin the others. And that's going to take my turn, but I'm guessing he tells us about the conductor, and I'm going to let you know that I've got some magic that might help with that. But I can't use it this turn, because that's my turn. I used my action to run.
All right, and Harlan, you are up at the top of
Okay.
round 3.
So the conductor is kind of standing in the control room behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and cast sleep on him while he's distracted. I'm not sure how to link that.
It's all right. If you can't copy paste it, no worries. He just sinks back into his chair and. All right, so I think that you've got 19 feet total. So I mean, you can technically put more than him to sleep if you want, but yeah,
Is he the only one in the room? Or?
he is the only one in the room currently. Yep.
Yeah, no, let's just put him out.
All right, he kind of just slumps back into his chair and falls asleep.
Nice work.
Can I inspect the console or the controls with the bonus action, or is that the full action?
No. Go ahead and make an investigation check. And I'm gonna say this is just you kind of scanning the.
Yeah.
You look at it, and it's also pretty high up for you too. So the angle at which you're looking at it is not optimal. Even when you step
All
up,
right,
though,
why don't you let a professional handle this?
even when you step up, though, it looks very confusing. All of it. You look back in the direction of Larry, and you're like, Larry, I could use a hand here.
We're still in initiative, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
And that should be teeth up.
All right. Well, I'm still all the way in the back, left behind. I'm gonna make a mad dash at my location. Whoops. You said that these were about 90 feet.
Yes. Yep. The cars are roughly 90 feet long.
Let's say I get into the next room then. That's okay.
Mhm.
Well, I am in the next corridor, and do I see anything like these guards, or are they passing me by?
This is the corridor that is currently on fire. So
Okay, well, I run in screaming.
I suppose
Ah!
that I should probably put some fire in here
No,
to
you're all right. I'm just gonna come into the room and just screaming. Do you want me to do a deception or anything like that?
yeah, yeah. Roll a deception to make it seem like you're actually terrified.
Oh, come on. 10.
I'll say luckily because of their distraction that passes off as fear as they look
I'm-
back at you with an eyebrow raised, hearing your little cobalt cry,
I'm just walking through the room, somewhat calmly, screaming.
screaming madness,
And that'll be the end of my roll.
the cry of teeth.
Yeah. Great.
All right, Larry, you're up.
All right, Larry goes into the room, casts guidance on himself, like adjusts his goggles, pulls out a bunch of sort of like wrenches and little tools, and is like, "All right, let's move a train."
You see
Uh,
Harlan just standing in front of you, just scanning the board, left and right, looking very confused.
So I got a with guidance at 23, and just in case I crit for fun, with guidance I got a 28 as I'm attempting to engineer the train.
All right, the panel itself, it looks very much so like a crude map of Breland itself. And you could see that segmented off on several other panels, almost spiderwebbing out from it, are the various other nations that the train goes to. But you could see that there's small little increments on each of the paths that suggest switch patterns, taking you to different paths. And when a switch is turned, it links to a different path. And noticing after messing with it for a few moments that there's a pattern, you see that there's a switch directly on the path that you're currently traveling on in front of you that is likely the switch that will take you to Kenrun. You kind of trace it with your finger, and you're pretty certain that it will take you there based on your knowledge of of this train so far.
Cool. I flip all the switches and take us to Genrun.
All right. With that, you flip the switch, and the train is still not in motion. So you can disengage the emergency brake, and you'll see that the train.
Oh
will
yeah,
start.
I definitely. Yeah.
You'll see the train will start to pick up speed again as you get the train moving towards Kenrun.
Cool. Also, and then can I, as a bonus action, while dude is asleep, can I tie him up?
Oh yes.
Perfect. Just in case there's any reason for him to wake up.
Just out of curiosity, how do you bind him?
I mean, I think just like classic, like like in his, I just like hog tie him on the floor and and gag him.
Got it. All right, feet to hands.
Leave him on, and I leave him under the desk, so it's like so he's not obvious.
He's tied up feet to hands with his his belly on the floor, and you've got him gagged.
Exactly.
So he can't say anything when he wakes up. But he's currently just.
And just for posterity, I take his silver badge.
Out my silver badge. All right, so you now
Absolutely.
have the silver badge, and I think Woden has a mask as a relic of your guys' conquer.
Yep.
All right.
I just say quietly as I'm finishing tying him up. I just quietly say, "You should have been more helpful."
And with the switch engaged, Woden, you can continue to make your way forward towards the front of the train, or not knowing that this has occurred, you kind of just feel the train lurch back into action. So you're estimating that either they've figured out the ruse or simply resolved the problem and are moving the train ahead. Or perhaps your companions have successfully routed the train.
I give a thumbs up out the door.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it had came to me.
It's okay, no worries, man.
I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm just gonna move. Yeah, no, I'm just rejoining. I am counting on being Urin's bodyguard.
It's an important job. Got to keep the guy alive to pay you.
Yeah, I do want to get paid, so I figured I'd keep the guy alive.
Someone has actually probably done some bodyguarding, it sounds like. Or you just good at, common sense. That's either one.
Yeah. What's the plan from here?
Let's see. Where are you at, Woden?
I'm right here. I'm next to
We still
You're
doing
in.
initiatives?
You guys are all the way at the head car. It seems like the most of the party's gathered here at this point, from what I understand, except for our friend
I'm
Teeth,
walking through the door screaming.
who's headed in that direction. And it looks like you guys are gathering up, waiting for Teeth. So I'll skip to Teeth.
All right. Well, I'm still screaming, walking through. Don't mind me. And I'm in the next cart. Should we set up defenses? Saying all these guards are gonna come back, being like, "What's happening, dudes?"
Oh yeah, I jogged down and put my immovable rod in the door.
Oh, okay.
I'll just take his seat.
On top of that, question for the DM. So if we get to set a location, are we going to be in hostile territory, or are we going to be in like allied territory, technically speaking, with the train?
Ken runs a Breelish town, a friendly place.
Okay, so, like the guards there would be allied with us against these guys.
Well, they'd be allied with Sharn. I mean, like I said, there is a city of Breland, so they're in the same, the same nation as Sharn. They'd be loyal to the Sharn City Watch, the guards there. But the problem with Kenrun, I should say, is they have a limited amount of guards. There's maybe 3 or 4 watchmen there, and the watchmen are not like the city folk. They're not skilled warriors. They're volunteers from the town, much like the Sharn City Watch is.
So, question for the party: should we kill these guys, or should we just lock them in here and leave?
No, we're just gonna lock them in here. We don't need to kill any guards.
It's been so long since stabbing the Warforged.
It's literally been like 15 minutes.
And Jordan, just out of character to answer your question, which door are you talking about?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just talking about the door we put the immovable rod in front of.
So I think Larry said he walked back to this where the second car is and put an immovable rod in that door. Is that, did I understand right, Larry?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, assuming everybody made it through into this car.
So as you do that and wave to the 2 guards who have just finished putting out the fire, I might add, for a little flavor, and see you putting this immovable rod in, they begin to bang on the door to to no avail, of course, but
can they just see like one scaly hand pointing a middle finger through the window?
Yeah, rising up.
Hand, I'm not high enough.
Rising up just 2.5 feet to the last window, they just see your middle finger extend. And
knocking on it.
And
injury.
As you celebrate your victory over them. And the train is now headed in the direction of Kenrun. You guys have successfully routed the train. You've achieved your mission. And with a smile on his face, sitting comfortably, Yorin takes a seat next to Woden, his friend, on the train and says, "Well then, a short ride to Kenrun. And with that,
Yeah, how's your ass?
he's since pulled the arrow out of it, and you could see that as he jumped up on the seat, he kind of dabbed a little bit at his right
Oh.
cheek.
I'll
But,
heal him.
He
Since we're
looks.
sitting down.
I'm sorry about that.
He
Here,
looks.
I'll heal him.
He looks.
Let me give him a little cure wounds. 1 sec.
Somebody knocked my shoulder.
I'll heal him for 6.
All right, and he took 6, so I'll say that that heals him entirely, and he looks at Teeth with a grudging look and says, "This is why no one wants to befriend a kobold on the road."
You owe me a tot.
And he kind of
Shitbag.
leans back and closes his eyes, resting comfortably, knowing that he's safe on the train. And
Y'all do realize that he's gonna die once we get paid, right?
he's taken a forever grudge against him for that. And with that, you guys are headed for Kenrun, and we'll begin our next session arriving at the station in Kenrun.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome session,
Thank you,
guys. As always,
Do
hope
we get a
everybody
long
had
rest
fun.
now?
You guys,
Hopefully.
you guys get
Huh.
a nice long rest, but your dreams are haunted by the yells and screams of the guards on the train. Let us in! Open this door! I command you!
Oh God.
I
Technically,
can't.
we're
The
saying
rod's
it's a short
immovable.
rest.
It's in the name.
Larry's just shrugging at him, and the kobold's flicking him off. Guys, this has been a fun 2 sessions so far. I'm really enjoying the campaign. I hope you guys are as well. But I just wanted to say thanks for the fun so far.
Yeah, thank
Heck
you.
yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody, have a great week, and I'll catch y'all next Tuesday.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right, see ya.
Later,
Peace,
guys.
everyone.
Bye, guys.